In this video, we're traveling back to 1985 to revisit The Breakfast Club, a timeless coming-of-age film that captured the essence of teenage life and rebellion like no other. With its unforgettable characters, sharp dialogue, and emotional depth, the movie cemented itself as a cultural touchstone for generations. But what happened to the iconic cast after the credits rolled? Today, we'll uncover their real names, real ages, and explore how their lives have changed since they brought these beloved characters to the big screen. From incredible career milestones to surprising life turns, get ready for a nostalgic and fascinating look at the Breakfast Club cast, then and now. Let's dive in. 1. Judd Nelson played John Bender at the age of 25. John Bender, the self-proclaimed criminal of the group, is brash, rebellious, and oozes defiance from the moment he walks into Saturday detention. With his long trench coat, unkempt hair, and piercing gaze, Bender is the epitome of the misunderstood bad boy. Beneath his tough exterior, however, lies a deeply vulnerable soul scarred by a toxic home life. His biting humor and quick comebacks mask the emotional wounds of abuse and neglect, giving the character a depth that resonated with audiences. Nelson delivered an unforgettable performance, balancing Bender's aggressive confidence with moments of raw vulnerability, especially in the iconic scene where he reveals his pain. It's no surprise that John Bender became one of the most iconic Brat Pack characters of the 1980s. Born on November 28, 1959, in Portland, Maine, Judd Asher Nelson was destined to make his mark on Hollywood. He gained widespread acclaim as Alec Newberry in St. Elmo's Fire, 1985, another Brat Pack classic that showcased his range as an actor. He also lent his voice to Hot Rod Rodimus Prime in the animated cult hit The Transformers, the movie, 1986, endearing himself to a new generation of fans. Over the years, Nelson took on a mix of film and television projects, including Suddenly Susan, where he played Jack Richmond, and New Jack City, 1991, where he portrayed Nick Peretti, a cop navigating a gritty world of crime. In recent years, Nelson continued to leave his mark on the industry with captivating performances in the suspense thriller Dead Water, 2019, and as the chilling Don Cody in Lifetime's Girl in the Basement, 2021, a role inspired by the real-life Fritzl case. These projects prove that even decades after his Brat Pack fame, Nelson's ability to dive into complex characters remains sharp and compelling. Now, Nelson is 65 years old and still active in Hollywood, with a career spanning over 4 decades. Beyond his acting, Nelson's contributions to pop culture and his portrayal of emotionally charged, layered characters have solidified his legacy as one of the most memorable actors of his generation. While his early career made him an 80s heartthrob, his talent and dedication have kept him relevant, proving he's much more than just a nostalgic icon. 2. Molly Ringwald played Claire Standish at the age of 16 when she joined the cast of The Breakfast Club in 1984. Claire Standish, the princess of the group, is poised, fashionable, and seemingly untouchable. As the daughter of affluent parents, she exudes confidence and privilege, arriving at detention in a chic ensemble and expensive accessories that scream sophistication. However, beneath her polished exterior lies a young woman grappling with loneliness, insecurity, and the pressure to maintain her image as the perfect popular girl. Claire is torn between living up to her parents' expectations and navigating her own desires, making her deeply relatable to anyone who's ever struggled to fit into a mold. Molly Ringwald infused Claire with a delicate mix of charm, vulnerability, and sharp wit, which allowed audiences to see past her initial aloofness and connect with her emotional journey. Claire's confession scene, where she reveals her fears of becoming like her parents, remains one of the most memorable moments in the film, showcasing Ringwald's ability to convey raw emotion. Molly Kathleen Ringwald was born on February 18, 1968, in Roseville, California. Her journey into the spotlight began early, with roles on Different Strokes and The Facts of Life, but it was her Golden Globe-nominated performance in Tempest, 1982, that cemented her as a rising star. By the mid-1980s, Ringwald was a household name, earning iconic status as the lead in John Hughes' beloved teen films, including 16 Candles, 1984, and Pretty in Pink, 1986. Her portrayal of relatable, multifaceted teen characters not only defined a generation, but also set a new standard for what it meant to be a teen idol. She was the face of the Brat Pack era, blending humor, depth, and charisma into every role she took. But Ringwald didn't stop with Hollywood. In the 1990s, she moved to Paris to star in French films, broadening her artistic horizons and showcasing her fluency in French. She later transitioned seamlessly into television, taking on roles in hit series like The Secret Life of the American Teenager, 2008 to 2013, where she played a caring mother navigating life's complexities. In 2024, proved her versatility by making her runway debut at New York Fashion Week for Batsheva. Today, Molly Ringwald is 57 years old and continues to be a dynamic force in entertainment. Beyond acting, she's a talented writer and translator, having released her acclaimed essay collection When It Happens to You in 2012 and translated French novels into English. Known for her thoughtful approach to fame, Ringwald has always been mindful of her influence, often choosing roles that reflect important issues. With a career spanning more than 4 decades, Molly Ringwald remains a cultural icon who has continually reinvented herself while staying true to her craft. 3. Sheedy played Allison Reynolds at the age of 22. Allison Reynolds is a captivating enigma, a character who lives on the fringe, hiding behind her dark, mysterious persona. Her disheveled hair, oversized black clothing, and quirky habits, like eating a lunch made of sugar and cereal, make her an instant curiosity to her fellow detention-goers. But beneath her odd exterior lies a young woman burdened by feelings of neglect and invisibility, longing for someone to notice her. Allison's silence speaks volumes as she observes others with keen insight, often surprising them with her honesty. One of the most memorable moments of the film comes when Allison undergoes a surprising transformation, shedding her basket case shell to reveal a softer, more open side of herself. Sheedy's performance was nothing short of transformative, balancing humor, vulnerability, and an undercurrent of sadness that made Allison unforgettable. Born Alexandra Elizabeth Sheedy on June 13, 1962 in New York City, Allie grew up with a passion for the arts. Her career began in an unconventional way. She published a children's book titled She Was Nice to Mice at the age of 12. Her acting career took off with her feature film debut in Bad Boys, 1983, where she played the love interest of Sean Penn's character. One of her most iconic performances came in the sci-fi classic War Games, 1983, solidifying her as one of the most versatile young actresses of her generation. Sheedy didn't stop at mainstream hits. She dove into indie films, earning an Independent Spirit Award for her powerful performance in High Art, 1998, where she portrayed a troubled photographer struggling with addiction. Her later work included roles in Life During Wartime, 2009, and the freeform series Single Drunk Female, 2022 to 2023, where she played Carol, a mother navigating a complicated relationship with her recovering alcoholic daughter. Now, Sheedy is 62 years old and continues to leave her mark on Hollywood. Beyond acting, she's a passionate advocate for mental health awareness and LGBTQ+ rights, frequently lending her voice to social causes. Her willingness to take on unconventional roles and her dedication to using her platform for good have cemented her as not only a talented actress, but also a compassionate and impactful figure in the industry. 4. Emilio Estevez played Andrew Clark at the age of 22. Andrew Clark, often referred to as Andy, is the epitome of a high school athlete. Charismatic, confident, and seemingly unbothered. However, beneath his polished exterior lies a young man burdened by the crushing expectations of his domineering father, who demands nothing less than perfection in sports and life. Andy's internal conflict is brought to light in one of the film's most memorable moments, when he confesses how his need to impress his father led him to a cruel act of hazing that he deeply regrets. Emilio Estevez masterfully portrayed Andy's duality, blending the bravado of a star athlete with a deeply human vulnerability, creating a character who resonated with audiences beyond the archetype of the jock. His nuanced performance made Andy not just relatable but also unforgettable, showing the struggles of finding one's identity amidst societal pressures. Born on May 12, 1962, in Staten Island, New York, Emilio Estevez comes from a family steeped in Hollywood royalty. He is the eldest son of acclaimed actor Martin Sheen and the brother of Charlie Sheen. Estevez's acting career began with his feature film debut in Tex, 1982, but it was his role as Two-Bit Matthews in The Outsiders, 1983, that first solidified his place as a rising star. Following his success in The Breakfast Club and St. Elmo's Fire, 1985, Estevez quickly became one of the most prominent members of the iconic Brat Pack. As Estevez's career progressed, he expanded his horizons by stepping behind the camera. His directorial debut, Wisdom, 1986, was followed by notable projects like Men at Work, 1990, which he also starred in alongside his brother Charlie Sheen. Estevez gained further recognition for his work on Bobby, 2006, a film he wrote, directed, and starred in, earning him Golden Globe and Screen Actors Guild Award nominations. Recently, he returned to the franchise in 2021 for The Mighty Ducks, Game Changers. Today, Emilio Estevez is 62 years old and continues to make his mark as an actor, director, and activist. He remains committed to independent filmmaking, focusing on socially relevant stories like The Way, 2010, a heartfelt project he created with his father. Beyond Hollywood, Estevez is an advocate for environmental sustainability and has been vocal about using his platform to champion causes that inspire positive change. With a career spanning over 4 decades, Estevez stands as a multifaceted talent whose contributions to the entertainment industry and society at large remain as impactful as ever. 5. Paul Gleason played Richard Vernon at the age of 45. As Vernon, Gleason's character serves as the embodiment of the strict, no-nonsense adult figure who seems to be perpetually at odds with the group of teenagers in detention. With his sharp tone, authoritative demeanor, and constant surveillance of the students, he portrays the archetype of the oppressive figure in a coming-of-age film. But beneath the surface, Gleason adds depth to the character, showing that Vernon is not simply a villain, but a man frustrated by his inability to connect with the younger generation. He's a character torn between maintaining control and realizing that his methods may no longer be effective. The iconic confrontation with John Bender is one of the film's highlights, with Gleason masterfully delivering a performance that blends authority with vulnerability. In the end, Vernon's small moment of self-realization when he reads the student's essay captures the complexity of his character, showing that even authority figures can have moments of doubt. Born on May 4, 1939 in New Jersey, Paul Gleason was a familiar face to both television and film audiences. He began his career in the late 1970s, portraying Dr. David Thornton on All My Children before becoming a recognizable character actor in major films. With his stern appearance and commanding voice, Gleason often found himself cast as antagonistic figures. His role as Clarence Beeks in Trading Places, 1983, and his unforgettable turn as the bumbling Deputy Chief Robinson in Die Hard, 1988, showcased his ability to play both sinister and comedic characters. Paul Gleason passed away on May 27, 2006, at the age of 67, from complications related to pleural mesothelioma, a cancer often linked to asbestos exposure. Though he left us too soon, his contributions to the entertainment industry remain lasting. From his career-defining role in The Breakfast Club to his countless other appearances, Gleason's legacy lives on through his memorable characters. His role as Richard Vernon remains one of the most iconic performances of the 1980s, forever etched in the minds of movie lovers. 6. Anthony Michael Hall played Brian Johnson at the age of 16. Brian Johnson is the archetypal nerd, struggling under the pressure of academic perfection and the weight of expectations placed on him by both his family and society. Unlike the other members of the Breakfast Club, Brian initially appears to be a straight-laced model student, but his character soon unravels to reveal the emotional depth and complexity of a teen whose worth is constantly measured by his grades. Hall's performance is nothing short of captivating, as he takes the audience on a journey through Brian's journey of self-doubt and transformation. From the nervous breakdown to his powerful final essay, Hall shows the quieter but no less powerful struggle that so many teens can relate to. His vulnerability provides an emotional contrast to the more rebellious characters, making him one of the film's most memorable and touching figures. Born on April 14, 1968, in West Roxbury, Massachusetts, Anthony Michael Hall quickly became a defining figure of 80s teen cinema thanks to his starring roles in 16 Candles, 1984, and Weird Science, 1985. Hall's portrayal of awkward yet endearing characters in John Hughes films struck a chord with audiences and solidified his place in pop culture. But instead of being typecast, Hall made a conscious effort to diversify his career. In recent years, he appeared in Halloween Kills, 2021, and The Goldbergs, 2019 to 2023, showing his versatility in both film and television. Today, Hall is 57 years old and remains an active force in Hollywood. After wrapping up The Goldbergs, he's set to develop a new series, Singularity, with Robert Downey Jr., which is bound to offer a fresh, exciting direction for the actor. He's now a well-respected actor with a diverse body of work in both film and television. With a career that spans decades, Hall's ability to evolve, grow, and take on new challenges proves that his impact on the entertainment industry is far from over. 7. John Kapelos played Carl at the age of 29. Carl the janitor is more than just the man who sweeps the floors and empties the trash. As the film's quiet observer, Carl has a unique perspective on the students, their struggles, and their growth. Although he's not part of the in crowd, his insights into the teenage experience give him a kind of quiet power. Throughout the film, Carl brings lightness and humor with his sardonic wit, but there's a deeper layer to his character. He's the kind of person who has lived through enough to understand that life is more than what it seems at first glance. Born on March 8, 1956, in London, Ontario, Canada, Kapelos made his mark in both film and television. While his role in The Breakfast Club stands as one of his most beloved, he's also known for portraying Detective Donald Shanka in the popular 1990s TV series Forever Knight. His career spans far beyond these roles, though, with a rich theatrical background. An alumnus of the Second City in Chicago, Kapelos worked in sketch comedy, gaining significant recognition with the renowned troupe. This experience also led him to appear in numerous guest spots and other film roles, where his versatility and comedic timing shone through. Kapelos's passion for creativity extends beyond acting. He also runs Carpuzzi Records, his independent record label, where he produces sound recordings featuring a mix of his own music and work by other Second City alumni, including Dan Castellaneta. His contributions to the entertainment industry are vast and varied, demonstrating his commitment to the arts both in front of the camera and behind the scenes. Now, Kapelos is 69 years old, and though much of his career has focused on acting, teaching, and music, he continues to be a vibrant force in entertainment. His career trajectory proves that he is not just a one-hit wonder in terms of iconic roles like Carl in The Breakfast Club. He has built a legacy, contributing his talents to comedy, improv, television, and even music, making his mark across several creative fields. Whether in front of the camera or behind the scenes, Kapelos's career stands as a testament to the importance of versatility and dedication to one's craft. 8. Ron Dean played Andy's father at the age of 46. As Andy's father, Dean's character serves as a striking contrast to the emotional turmoil his son experiences. He embodies the pressure of traditional expectations, especially those placed on his son as an athlete, with a relentless drive for success that comes at the expense of understanding and compassion. His interactions are brief but filled with tension, making a profound impact on the film's exploration of family dynamics. Dean's performance is understated yet powerful, effectively capturing the essence of a father figure whose inability to connect emotionally with his son speaks volumes about the societal pressures of the time. His portrayal of a father more concerned with appearances than his son's well-being adds a layer of complexity to Andy's struggles. Born on August 15, 1938 in Chicago, Illinois, Ron Dean has built a long and diverse career in film and television. With a career spanning decades, he is best known for his work in films like Risky Business and The Dark Knight, as well as his recurring role as Detective Marion Zeke Crumb in the 1990s series Early Edition. Dean is often cast in roles that require authority and gravitas, and his performances as law enforcement officers and figures of command became a signature of his career. Despite not always being the lead, his ability to bring depth to supporting roles made him a reliable and sought-after actor in both Hollywood and television circles. Today, Ron Dean is 87 years old. While his career has slowed down in recent years, his impact on the entertainment industry is undeniable. With a strong presence in both television and film, Dean's portrayal of hard-edged characters, particularly detectives and authority figures, left a lasting mark on the audiences who watched him bring complexity to every role. Even as he takes a step back from the spotlight, his contributions to film and television remain part of the fabric of iconic storytelling, showcasing his versatility and his unique ability to capture the essence of a character with just a few moments of screen time. 9. Jonathan Chapin played Janitor at the age of 28. As the Janitor, Chapin's character represents someone who is somewhat jaded, seeing the same emotional upheaval day after day, but with a knowing look that suggests he has seen it all before. He doesn't overtly express sympathy or judgment, but subtly shows he understands their struggles. His wisdom isn't spoken loudly, but woven into quiet moments, where his experience contrasts with the adolescent character's turmoil. This character may be low-key, but Chapin's performance adds a deep layer of reflection to the group dynamic, as his observations bring out the true essence of the student's struggles. Chapin is also well remembered for his roles in other iconic 1980s films, such as Halloween 5: The Revenge of Michael Myers, 1989, where he entered the horror genre, and 16 Candles, 1984, a classic John Hughes film where he worked alongside the teen comedy legends of the time. His role in Say Anything, 1989, further expanded his versatility, but it was his portrayal of the janitor that continues to resonate with audiences who appreciate the more understated characters that add layers to larger narratives. Now, Jonathan Chapin is 69 years old. While his career was never as high profile as some of his co-stars, his roles in these cult classic films have earned him a special place in the hearts of fans, particularly those who adore the 80s teen film genre. Over the years, he has focused on a more behind-the-scenes role in the industry, contributing his knowledge and experience to various projects. Today, Chapin enjoys the recognition of his iconic characters, knowing that even a small role can leave a significant mark in the world of cinema. 10. John Hughes played Brian's father at the age of 35. Hughes's portrayal of Brian's father is understated but impactful. He is a source of pressure for Brian, embodying the intense academic and social standards often placed on high-achieving students. His character is stern, a reflection of many parents' desire for their children to succeed, but also a symbol of the frustration and emotional weight teens carry when trying to meet those standards. The role isn't overtly dramatic, but its quiet presence adds depth to Brian's internal struggles, making it clear that his journey through high school is not only shaped by his peers, but also by the expectations of his family. Born on February 18, 1950 in Lansing, Michigan, John Hughes began his career in the early 1970s as a writer for National Lampoon magazine before making his mark in Hollywood. Over the course of his career, Hughes became synonymous with the teen genre, directing and producing films that captured the complexities of adolescence, family, and relationships. Known for his works like 16 Candles, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and Home Alone, Hughes crafted films that still resonate with audiences today. His ability to weave humor and heartfelt moments into stories about growing up made him one of the most beloved filmmakers of his time. Despite his passing at the age of 59 on August 6, 2009, Hughes's influence endures. His work not only revolutionized the teen film genre, but also shaped pop culture for decades. The unforgettable characters and iconic moments he created continue to inspire filmmakers, writers, and artists worldwide. And that's a wrap on our look at the Breakfast Club cast, then and now. From high school stereotypes to real-life legends, these actors have come a long way. It's incredible to see how they've evolved over the years, both in their careers and personal lives. Now, we want to hear from you. Which cast member's transformation surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more movie updates and cast stories. See you next time.